Hi, I'm Lori.
Hello, I'm Paul.
And this is Level 3 at Wednesday Night Hop, December 2016, Week 2.
Whiteout party night.
Yeah, which is why...
As you can see, why we're all wearing white today.
Except for Paul, who forgot his gear. Aw.
So today, we continued on our journey of building musicality through footwork and styling by focusing on rhythms in our footwork. And we started off, again, by playing you some weird random music, again, Lana Del Rey, to have you do like last time, steps and triple steps, basic swing moves to non-swing music.
So we talked about how you already know those two rhythms. You know steps as a rhythm and you know triple steps as a rhythm. So we could say one way to be creative is to use what you know in unexpected places. So for instance, we said if we were doing, say, six count pass-bys, it would normally be a rock step, triple step, and then we had you guys experiment with replacing your steps with triple steps and then replacing your triple steps with steps. So
we alternated sides. So let's say the follow does it first, and on the second one, the follow will do normal footwork, and the lead is going to do different footwork.
For example, step, 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 step.
And then lead.
So we can do it separately, or we could also do it together. So I might decide that I'm going to do all my steps there, or So the important thing about this is that we keep our arms in a tabletop position. So
we said this was like, you're trying to, if we had a curtain under us and we were doing like hula under this curtain or whatever, you would not be able to tell what our feet are doing because our bodies are stationary. And so if you had a tabletop, you can practice this, you bring yourself close enough to the table that as you move around, you can absorb with your arms whatever your feet are doing. And if someone's watching you from above the table, they're like, oh, they're just sitting at the table.
And so this is a way to separate out your creative footwork styling from what's happening in the partnership. And so that way you're basically telling the partner, I'm doing a thing, but I don't need you to do it with me.
And to be specific, we're doing now independent styling and musicality, so we're intentionally decoupling things that are happening with our internal bodies from this connection.
So maybe Paul's going to try it first. And I'm just going to like maintain it. So this should feel like a standard pass-by to me, and then we'll switch, and it should feel like a standard pass-by to Paul.
I'm going to exaggerate some of these movements.
And then likewise.
And Lori did swing moves that time. I was just doing general weird groove moves before. But the same concept applies as we're just trying to decouple from our hands. And one of the ways that it's helpful to decouple, again, if you're at the table and you're too far, as you move backwards, your hands may slip off the table. So we talked a lot about the elbows. Again, we want to keep the elbows right now to decouple closer. That's just a general principle, so that as you move around, you have space to absorb either way. If you're at the limit of your stretch, it's going to be very hard for you to insert your musicality in arbitrary movements because you'll be yanking your partner or yourself off balance.
Yeah. So then we taught a very specific kind of rhythm. So you can, obviously the step, triple steps are rhythms you know. Then you get into the arena of rhythms that you make up or rhythms that you might steal from other people or other dances. Solo jazz is a very popular place to steal them. You could like wiggle, you could do toe heels, you could do, and so we took one and we incorporated it into a move for you. So we said the brush. You can add the brush pretty much anywhere, and this is something you could do out on the floor. So if we're doing 6-count pass-bys, I could decide, maybe I'm just going to put brush, sorry, that was a bad brush, do-ba, brushes, whenever you want, da-do-do-wa, right? You can incorporate that at any point, or you can decide to do it at a very specific point, which we did this in a swing out.
So in our specific, let's show both of it together. So both of our footworks together in the swing out with both of our brushes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the important thing that we said about this brush is the mechanic of you're transferring, you're putting your weight down on one foot, and then you are kicking out from that weighted foot. So you're kicking out sort of like if you had a coin or something, you can kick it out to the corner, to the side, to the back.
Or in the case of the leads, we're actually just doing that as a start, and then we were dragging the foot for the rest of the circle. You can, of course, kick it up and have it move, but we did a lot of this slide out.
And so this is one specific way that you can change the rhythms in your footwork, specifically for the swing out here, but you could do other things in the pass by, in anything, as long as you keep that nice tabletop arm so that you're not, forcing your partner to do it with you.
We did one other general partnered exercise, which is how do you personally come up with your rhythms? We said you can take, as one example, a basic pattern like a 6-count move and cut out or add between things, the normal steps. So an example of a 6-count rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can't count in time while moving my feet the other time, but you would have step, step, triple step, triple step. One example is cutting out the first step out of each of those triple steps or the last step out of those triple steps. You play around with these and you start coming up with more complex rhythms. There isn't a right or a wrong rhythm. This is a way you can start building them up from the base things that you already know.
Did we talk about rhythms across multiple 6 counts? Is that what you just said?
Then we had one more element of this. Yeah.
Sorry.
So the last element of this was we also said your pattern, whatever you're doing, doesn't have to be constrained inside of the figure that you're doing. If you have a vision in your head and you think, I want to have a 10 or a 12 count rhythm, or I want to continue to propagate through it, you're trying to, again, decouple the movement of your body from your partner so that you can continue even between the transitions that you're leading. So we'll give an example. So we'll just do a couple of 6-count pass-bys, and we're not going to rock step on every one of those. We're not going to reset our rhythm.
So you can, I'm going to do the regular footwork
Sure.
so that they can see where the end of those phrases might be, but notice that Paul's just going to breeze right through them.
And now I'm adding on the rock step after 3 pass-bys.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for our class. Come join us next week. Remember, it is a 3-week month, so next week will be the last class.
And stuff.
Arms and stuff.
Arms and stuff.
Do. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.